Hi there, in this video we are going to be seeing how to actually implement collisions in a Godot project, how it works and all that. And for this I'm actually going to be using this very simple project that I have created, which as you can see is like some kind of platformer that I have my player moving around. I have enemies that just try to run towards me, and I also have some coins that I can collect, and lastly I have, for example, some platforms, and that's basically all. So I want to show you how this project implements collisions, so that we can learn it together. Let's start with the most basic part, that is understanding the nodes that we can use for collisions. So in this case we're going to be talking about nodes in 2D, but in 3D it's very simple, it's very similar, sorry. And when we open it up, as you can see, we see a section here called collision object 2D. And when we open it up, we see different objects, that we can once again continue opening up. So these are all the nodes that we use mainly for detecting the collisions. So you can see we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 nodes. We also have here physical bone 2D, but it's not really important for this video in specific. And maybe understanding when to use which one could be a little bit complicated. I'm actually gonna be explaining mainly these 4, and it's relatively simple. For example, the first one is static body. For static body, for the ground of the player, we have used a tile map actually, but we could also have created the ground, the walls as static bodies. Why? Because as it says here, the static body is a 2D physics body that can't be moved by external forces. So this is a type of node that is meant for you to place in a certain position, and that position does not change. So ideally for walls, roofs, platforms, all that kind of things, you can use a static body and it's gonna be perfectly good. Now, important thing, this is not used or should not be used just to detect, I have, for example, in a football game, I have the, or for example, a coin, maybe you position a coin at a certain position, so it's not ever gonna be moved, and you think that with static body it's gonna be good, because, the coin does not move, I have to use a static body. Not really. Because what we have to understand is that for that purpose, of detecting a collision with somebody, with something else, because if we have a coin, it means that something has to collect that coin, we will need an area 2D. So what we really have to understand is that a static body 2D is just for something that not only is it gonna be static in the same place, but also you don't really care about the collision itself or doing something when the collision happens. Exactly when the player hits the wall, you don't really care about anything else. You don't want to collect a coin or do anything else. The main purpose is to just be static. Now, for the area 2D, what happens is that this is not a 2D physics body as a static body. This is a region of 2D space. So, for example, let me actually give you this very simple example. I will create here the ground with a static body. As you can see here, I have my ground, which is basically a static body. So as you can see, I collide with it, and my player is also a physics object, and it doesn't trespass it, But what happens if I actually change this static body and I'm making an area 2D? It's gonna actually trespass the object. Well, here it didn't, but it's because I have these tile maps over here, so let me just move them, because even though they are hidden, they still have like the collision, so let me just move them to, I know, there, and let me now place again. And you see now it will trespass, but because of some reason this static body has not been replaced, or I didn't replace it. There it is. And now it's gonna, right now it's gonna trespass, because it's not a physics object. In reality, if you take a look at here at the hierarchy, we have collision objects and we have physics bodies, and the area is not a physics body, so it's just purely for detecting collisions. This is not part of the physics engine. Then we have these other two, character body and rigid body. Really, rigid body 2D is not really used anymore. It has been mostly replaced 100% by character body 2D, so I will mostly explain character body 2D. This is what in this project is used for the player, for example, and for the enemy. Why exactly? Because this is part of the physics engine, so you can super quickly add gravity, for example, to it, or do whatever you need to it related to physics it will be a physics object, meaning that if it has a body with which it can collide, okay, in this case, for example, the tiles, okay, the tile map, sorry, which also the tile map layer itself acts as a static body, okay, because it's not being moved or anything like that. It's gonna be a physics object as well, okay, and as you can see, it's not gonna allow me to trespass the object, in this case, the character body, I mean, okay, because it's a physics object as well. But as it says here in the description, okay, it's basically 4 characters moved by script. So in this case, it's not a static body, it has to move, or well, it should move, and it moves via the script. So of course, we control the player via code, okay? And for example, why is it different from an area 2D? Because the area 2D, remember, is not a physics body. So if I, for example, made this player an area 2D, besides having problems here in the code, okay, I'm gonna try to fix them, but no, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. No, I'm not. What's gonna happen is that it's gonna happen the same thing as with the ground when it was an area 2D. The player, instead of colliding as if it was a solid object with the ground, it will just trespass it, okay? And that's something that in this case we don't want. And for the last case of the area 2D, why did I use an area 2D for the coin? Because I don't care about physics with the coins. I don't care about being part of the physics system of Godot, about being a physics body. I don't care. What I just care about in the coin itself is colliding with other nodes. When the player collides with the coin, I wanna collect it, okay? So that's why I'm just using an area 2D. Now, then we want to actually dig deeper into this collision interaction, okay? But something that, to summarize it, physics bodies, okay, are those that are actually affected by the physics engine. So here we have gravity, for example, or they can have gravity. It's very easy to implement gravity. You also have physical collision between them, as we have seen. Okay, I have the player over here, the ground over here, and when the player falls down, the ground stops the player from actually moving down. It's a physics collision like you have in real life, okay? But objects that are not inside the physics body category, such as the area 2D, don't care, okay? It will just trespass. It's just a region of 2D space. So it's something that can trespass anything, okay? It's not meant to have any kind of physics. Could you have the player with the gravity and still use an area 2D? Yes, there could be a way, but it's not really worth it, okay? Because here with the physics engine, okay, when you do physical evades, let's say, it's way easier and way more convenient, okay? So this is it for the nodes themselves, okay? And I briefly also want to introduce you the other node that I didn't explain, that is Animatable Body 2D. It's the same thing as the static body, okay? But the animatable body affects other bodies in its path. So this is super useful for a moving platform, because remember, the static body does not move, but you can move it manually via script, but it will not affect other bodies in its path. What does this mean exactly? Let's say that I have my player and I have this ground over here. So what happens if the ground is a static body and I move the ground up, it will not affect the player. So it will just move like this and the player will trespass it. But if it is a static body, sorry, an animatable body, what's gonna happen is gonna behave like a moving platform. So everything's gonna move up, for example, or move down, okay? And in this project, for example, you can clearly see it. In this game, we have these platforms over here that they move, okay, with an animation over here that they have. So they move up. And so you can see if I can get on top of it and I move with it. The player here is also a character body 2D, okay? So that is why I move with it. But now, for example, I change it for a static body, and as you can see, when I get on top of it, it also happens. So it's really not clear. I don't 100% understand this topic, to be 100% honest, and I don't find that much information on the internet about it. But what you have to know here is that, okay, you want to move it via code, via animation, whatever it is, as it is in this official Godot template, okay? When you want to move it in order to boost performance and all that, use an animatable body because it's prepared for that. If it's just going to be 100% static in the same place, use a static body. And now the last things I want to talk about is actually code, okay? So now we understand this. So for example, how do we detect the collision between different objects? What you have to understand is that detecting collisions between bodies themselves can be a little bit complicated because they are not really prepared for you to know in code, okay, it's a character body colliding with a static body, because in 99% of cases you don't really care about that information. You don't really care when the player is colliding with the ground itself, okay, or you can know it because the character body has a method, okay, is on floor, on ground, yes, it's not in floor or is on floor, okay, but you don't 100% care about, okay, when did this start, okay, we don't care about that. We care about that with objects that are not physics bodies, with, for example, the area 2D that is outside of it. So for example, the coin has here in signals, okay, we have body entered, which is called exactly that, when this coin collides with a body. What is a body? Any of these nodes over here, okay, these are bodies, okay, they are bodies because they have physics interaction between them, as we have seen. So always, whenever you need to specifically detect when a collision started between different nodes, you must use an area. That's why the coin is an area. But here you may think, okay, but the enemy is a character body and the player is also a character body. So how do I detect the collision between them? Because I may want to know when it happens. In that case, what you can do is combine these nodes together. Let me show you. So for example, here is the player, okay, and in order to add the area 2D, I can just add it over here, okay, and what I can do is duplicate this collision shape and drop it inside of the area 2D. This is gonna create a linked resource, so it's gonna be a copy of it. And for example, let's say I change the size of one shape and the shape of the other collision shape is also gonna be changed because they are linked together. In reality, I can move one, for example, let me move this one to the left, to the right, sorry, and you will see that when I resize one, the other one also changes. So that's why they are linked resources. And what I can do here is, for example, call this one hitbox, and here connect the body enter signal, and here check, okay, if I am colliding with an enemy via group. So if body.is in group enemy, and let's, for example, reload the game. So get tree.reload current scene, and I have to make sure that the enemy is part of the enemy group. And when I hit play, I will be able to detect this collision, okay? So let's see if they are able to spawn, because as I have moved the level, I don't know if they are able to spawn. So let me super quickly move all these things a little bit to the bottom. I think like that, they're gonna be able to spawn and move accordingly. So let's give it a second. Here they come. So as you can see, there the game gets restart when I collide with them. Okay. But I think I'm getting like lots of errors here. I don't know why, but there you have seen the actual interaction, because this is a problem with the tile map itself that has nothing to do with the collision itself. But here, what we should add is called deferred, because when you do any kind of like reloading a scene in collision enter or body enter or whatever it is, for some reason Godot tells you to use call deferred just so that you don't break anything, and the method here was reload current scene, and with that you will have the issue fixed, okay? But well, this is all I wanted to cover. I know it's a complicated topic, I know it's very big, okay, but I hope that now we have a more complete picture on what is every single type of body, when to use each of them. Usually this is a matter of experimentation. If you wanna do a physics interaction and the two nodes that you are using, or the node, the one type of node you are using, does not have that functionality, or you can get it to work, check this video out, check the documentation out, and you may see that you are not using the node that you are supposed to be using. This is all I wanted to mention in this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.